in the most fantastic mood, you know.
I can see.
Yeah, I mean, barring the traffic during the Christmas, you know. I mean, but the energy of Christmas, I can feel it pervasive everywhere. And
are you trying to say that Operation Let Traffic Flow is not working?
Well, you know, I think traffic is part of the mood,
Christmas,
Christmas mood, because and you look, people are sitting in traffic and hustling to get to where they're going, but there's a big smile on everybody's face. There's a sense of relaxation, and for me, that is what is important,
Right.
And that is why I'm back home here to also get inspired and see loved ones and be part of this incredible energy. Yeah,
good stuff.
Okay, I mean, when it comes to, I guess, international exports who come out of Ghana,
yes.
You're definitely waving the flag for reggae music. Looking at the scope of reggae music that you see coming out of Ghana, there's some really exciting stuff coming out of Ghana. Do you see any potentials that you think can be have the international flair? Like, you've been able to succeed wonderfully.
Oh, I mean, it's everywhere. I think that there's something about Ghanaian musicians, and it doesn't even start with reggae music, because I see my music as Ghanaian music, regardless of what I play. At a point I decided that to really be able, as a musician, your universe is not necessarily the place of your geographic origin, and you have to also have a vision that is far and wide, because music impacts so many, and the music has the potential to bring people together. And I feel that whole feeling was nurtured here, and I can see it in so many different artists too who are coming. Is that their passion and their intention is not only to nurture their talent, within the Ghana, but also to be able to impact on the globe. And if I look around, there's like really interesting ones,
Any names you care to share?
Well, I mean, I'll say there's Stone Boy, there's Samini, there's Shatawale, there's Iwan, and then of course there's Sarkodie, there's Ochiame Kwame, there is those are having names shouldn't hold it against me. It's because I have to keep.
Of course.
But all I'm saying is that I see it as in terms of Ghanaian, and I think that most of these artists have the talent to be able to make an impact on international scale, anywhere, anytime. It's a matter of opportunity, And I had the opportunity because I pretty much was a one-man soldier, and I felt, because from the beginning everybody told me, you have to find other markets.
Yeah.
So I started with that, that as my main mission, and in doing so, gradually I was able to do that, and I feel that my role now would be to serve as a guide to really help a lot of these artists to be able to cross over and make that transition. So the potential is here, no doubt about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Rocky, I've got a funny feeling that there's some bank account somewhere that you're sitting on, which is very, 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 very full, because I'm looking through your bio, and
you nothing there inside.
We don't we do not
I mean, for instance, one of the tracks that you've done, Download the Revolution, was taken up by EA Games. Now, I know EA Games is a worldwide gaming thing, and when they take your song and put it on one of their games, that's a big check.
That's royalties.
Yeah. No. But what I to explain the business model is that the gaming world, usually the way they do their deals. So this is what I'm gonna like. The way they do their deals is that they don't do royalties, even for no matter what. Most of the time is one-time payment.
So one time,
because
huge payments, huge like this, Christmas payments. He's laughing because he knows.
Video games are selling more than CDs at the moment.
Yes.
So if they were to pay royalties on those,
they could not be able to. And then the whole thing is that the competition, because every record company in the world wants to make sure that their artist is able to have a track on there, because what it does is that it gives you such a carpet promotional
Worldwide.
and then you're able to launch albums over it. I mean, I've
based on
had, EA, from the onset, from Download the Revolution, which was used, I've had, songs like African Reggae Fever, which was used for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then also, before that, Wake the Town too, which was used for the previous EA. And then about 2 months ago, a track that I did, which was really a fusion. It's an unreleased track, a fusion of soca and reggae music, was used on Sims video game.
Sims.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sims video game. And not to let the cat out of the bag too, a forthcoming, my first single from the next album, which is called African Thriller, also was just licensed for the World Cup that's coming on the 2015.
Wait, I think right now we need to just bow to you, like, cause that's big.
Yeah, so the thing is, it has spread my name far and wide, worldwide, and even this year, I mean, I've told this a few times. This year, one of the biggest surprises that I had this year was that I was on tour, in Europe. We did, biggest festival. We did Summer Jam, me, Snoop Dogg, whole lot of other stuff. Did Summer Jam in Germany, which is the biggest festival, and then Montreux Jazz Festival in what's called Montreux, Switzerland. One of the most prestigious jazz festivals. Just to show that my experience is beyond only reggae music.
Jazz,
I'm everywhere. But then we were invited to play in Greenland. And I
Greenland, like
Greenland, where I was reading, like when I was growing up, like geography class, Greenland, Charlie, I was North Pole,
is the snow.
Santa Claus's area.
Yes, that's where Santa Claus, who doesn't exist, lives.
Just me and the band, everybody, the band was just like Greenland. I mean, everybody was excited. So we land in Greenland. The whole airport is packed.
Wow.
The whole airport is packed because my music has, this huge fan base there.
Oh, wonderful.
And then, the fan base, basically, first of all, was from the track stuff that I've done, and then also a collaboration that I did with Bono for, a project called Playing for Change, which was a Billboard Top 10 project. That recording too was a big
Bono of U2,
yeah, Bono of U2, yeah. So we collaborated on that, so that was also a very popular, song there. So all these, at the airport, everybody was there, and then the concert that night, I mean, they said, in the capital, they've never seen anything of that kind of, concert was sold out, incredible, amazing. But it was also a realization for me that, as an artist, you're constantly working, you're constantly doing your work. You're not looking behind you because you're looking at the next. When the people hear your songs, that's where you were last year or 2 years ago. You see, that's how the artistry thing works. So by the time everybody thinks it's fresh release, you move forward.
Okay.
But to see that the music all of a sudden is impacting in so many places was really a wake-up call that that if you focus and you do it right and you keep yourself constantly innovating, in one day or one place or in some given universe, people are going to respond to it.
Okay. Unfortunately, it pains me that we're almost out of time.
Yes.
But you joined Hillary Clinton and other dignitaries for the 3rd anniversary of the Global Alliance for Clean Cook Stoves in New York.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that before we wrap up.
Well, the thing was that Secretary Hillary Clinton, she a few years ago when she was a UN Secretary of State, launched this initiative called Global Alliance for Clean Cook Stove, which was a UN initiative to bring attention to household air pollution and also bring clean cooking solutions, because they found out that in all the homes, like all the cook stoves that people were using and breathing was causing up to 4 million deaths around the world to women and children unknowingly. So when the UN saw all these reports, they decided that the only way to do that was really to figure out a way to scale up a means to use clean cooking solutions and be able to bring it to all levels in order to stem, this, to reduce the statistics and also to increase the ability of, governments and other people to because women's health was really a core part of her whole kind of mission, So I was invited together with Julia Roberts to be the global ambassadors.
My favorite actress.
Now, when it comes to name dropping there, I think out of all our guests, I think you've talked
so this year was the 3-year anniversary. So I was invited to join her for the 3-year anniversary, and then also before that too, this year too, I was invited to sit on a leadership council, which includes Mary Robinson, the former president of Ireland, Michelle Bachelet, who's the current president of Chile, the current president of Guatemala, Molina, and then the head of UN Foundation. So not only am I an ambassador, but I also sit in a committee of very distinguished world leaders.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you very much.
We are so proud of you to have a Ghanaian son who is out there internationally and, not only representing musically, but as an ambassador. Yeah. And we just want to say thank you so much.
Yes, and then one more thing to end to. It's also the climate change thing. So I was just in Poland I was invited by the UN Secretary General to Poland just about a month ago, and I also actually met the Ghanaian delegation who were down there, to do a concert and also be, because I've been one of the main advocates, and to join the Secretary General to, put out the word in terms of the importance of the moral component of leaders having the political will to make sure that, we stem the tide of climate change. So for me, it's using music as a means to advocate social change. And I think I am a testament that you can really be able to marry art and impacting the world and making a difference.
Thank you for inspiring us this morning. I want to say a huge thank you to one of Ghana's biggest and best international experts, Mr. Rocky Dawuni. Thank you very much.